Welcome back. Hi, I'm your host Isaac Mbai, and well, last week I posted a video of the chopping block and it got such a rave reception. The team and I decided let's go ahead and do another, and well, here we are. So today I'm bringing to you one of my all-time favorite, Richard Morgan's Altered Carbon. But of course I'm not going to go on about the novel.
Fuck you say to me, you little shit!
I'm actually going to go on about the Netflix series, in which brought me to the novel in the first place. It dropped in 2018, and you know, I was very shocked when I first saw it. I was like, okay, this looks interesting. I saw my boy James Purefoy. Like, I know him from The Following, there from 2013. He played a serial killer named Joe Carroll, and honestly, I loved that show with my heart. And just a chance to see him again would have been so amazing. You know, so when I first watched Altered Carbon, the first one, 2018, I was astounded by such cinematic beauty. Like, oh my word, bro. Like, it blew my standards through the roof, bro. I was astounded by what I watched. And then, of course, I watched it again just to relive it. And then I saw that there was a novel on it, honestly, and I was like, I need to see what they put on paper. You get me? Richard Morgan, like, I don't know the author.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Deadass. I've never read anything from this guy in my life. So I went ahead, I picked up this novel, and jeez, I'm actually one of those guys who can tell you right now, yeah, that the book is the best medium. The book is the best medium. Like, honestly, I love the show with my heart and my literal soul. Like, Joel Kinnaman as Takeshi Kovacs was just everything I'd have ever thought it would be. You get me? And then when I read the book, I felt like we were robbed. Understand, I loved the show, but the book took me to a whole nother level, bro. So, like, Altered Carbon, it's a sci-fi film.
No.
Well, sci-fi series, my mistake.
Yeah.
It's 10 episodes long. The episodes range between 45 minutes to an hour long. And honestly, I've watched it a handful of times. Like, I watched it twice.
What?
That was in the first week of its initial release. I watched it a third time when I got the book.
What a loser!
I watched it a fourth time when season 2 got announced.
Stop it.
A fifth time when season 2 got released.
Oh, brother!
You know, just to make sure everything's good. A sixth time when I finished the novel.
We don't care. Let me tell
And I'm watching it again with my dad. Yeah, no, so yeah, a whole 7 times.
Get some help.
You know, and it really changed my whole outlook of life, bro, because jeez, man. Jeez. Like, in the novel, like, the AI is is made after Jimi Hendrix. But, you know, the people of Jimi Hendrix, they didn't want Jimi Hendrix associated with such violent form of media, so they rather went with Edgar Allan Poe, which is a drastic change. But I feel like Chris Connor, who was the guy who played Edgar Allan Poe in the Altered Carbon series, he did a fantastic job, you know. So now it becomes a little bit of a difficult difference when I read the book and it's Jimi Hendrix, and then I watch the adaptation and it's Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, but honestly, like, if you do find the time, I do recommend watching Altered Carbon, because it has become so, it made me see the world differently, honestly. And like, honestly, they had a sick tattoo that I just want to get. I'm gonna have it nicely here on my forearm. I just don't know which. Probably gonna be my right, because my right arm is slightly bigger. Like, what would life be without death? You know, that's basically what Altered Carbon brings forth. And as you can see, it's like immortality for those who can afford it, which is where it gets a bit iffy, you know, because understand, like, people, when you have money, if you can avoid death, that takes you to a different class. You get me? Because if we're human, death is, you know, insured for all of us. It's like a safeguard. You get me? You can't live forever. Like, you're just like me. Your time will come. And now imagine it, how it would be if the rich and powerful could prolong their life. Like James Purefoy's character, Lawrence Bancroft, was alive for 360 years. So you understand, when you have that kind of wealth, that type of power, like it's a different type of elitism, like being at the top. And that's exactly how this film tags it. Like, understand, one of the top men has been murdered. Like, okay, so Lawrence Bancroft has been murdered, and now it's like, bro, who killed me? He wants to know who murdered him. But it's a whole lot of technological babble, you know, with freaking being able to prolong. Like, imagine being able to switch bodies. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happens in Altered Carbon. The technology of Altered Carbon allows you to transfer your human consciousness into a different body. So death of the flesh is no longer, you know, like, it's no longer the end. I can just put myself in a different body. I retain my memories. I just look different. And like, I always look at that like, yeah, no, it's a different feeling. But they also say, like, you know, that's a different type of love, because it's no longer love of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow I can be wearing somebody else. If you want to be cross-sleeved, I can sleeve myself into a woman. Who am I kidding? I can go back, sleeve myself into a child if I have the money to afford it. That's how the world of Altered Carbon works. So those people who were born poor stay poor because the rich don't die. And oh jeez, I don't want to give it away, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if it's a spoiler-free review, but honestly, I don't know how, like, to move on from this. Like, when I was introduced into Altered Carbon, you know, it took over my mind. You know, I was just like, okay, how can that actually be possible? You know, like, I was overcome by it. And you know, that's what persuaded me so much. I had to go buy a book, bruh. I'll be honest, I don't read. I do not read. Like, if you stick around long enough, you realize how my English is abysmal. Yeah. So I was like, but no, I read this book back to front, and honestly, I did very much enjoy it. If I do get the chance, I might actually read it again.
Epilogue.
But I actually picked up something else. This is Richard Morgan's Broken Angels, which is actually the sequel to Altered Carbon. So I'm going to read this because I recently also finished season 2 of Richard Morgan's Altered Carbon. That will come in later, in all honesty. But I can say that cheese, Altered Carbon is. I know I've gotten mixed reviews from other people. Some people do not like it. Some people are like, yeah, no, it's just not entertaining for me. But for me, like, honestly, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10, and it has major rewatchability. I'm rocking on 8, and honestly, I have never felt, you know, like, when I watch it again, I don't feel tired. I don't feel bored. You can see where the path is going. You've walked this path before, but you're more than willing to do it again and again and again. But yeah, no, honestly, like, if you do get the time, do watch Altered Carbon. Tell me what you think about it. If you do hate it, do tell me. I understand this is only my opinion. And yeah, thanks for being here for the vlog.